one thing about the profession that I've undertaken, which has changed a great deal right now, that you have to have a lot of is moxie, and that I don't, by that I don't mean courage, I mean chutzpah, rather than deep character courage. And I think I learned that best in John Stipp's history classes. John would come in and he would swing the lectern off the desk. He would then take off his watch, mount the watch, sit like this. You have to then imagine this older man with a brush haircut. And then he would say, "Ladies and gentlemen." And he'd proceed then to give a relatively short but dense lecture. And then in a Socratic, in the Socratic method, would ask us questions. And he would never, ever let you off the hook. I became a real person at Knox. In some ways, the first 18 years of my life, I was incubating. And that's fine, you know. I probably should have been incubating. But once I came here, it was a safe place to do hard things, and it was a safe place to fail. And it was, you found yourself doing things that you didn't think were so special, but then they turned out to be very special. I remember one essay that I wrote for Phil Herring's political ideology class and political theory class, and it came back. Phil was such an eccentric and always hyperbolic. It came back, and I was the only girl in the seminar, and it came back with A+, all these 8 pluses around the edge of it. The boys got really irritated about it. But then he had also written this little note that said, "You write like a young Rebecca West." I had no idea who Rebecca West was. So I went off and read Rebecca West, but I'll always remember that I know how to write because he said that. Because education is both useful, of course, but it's a great joy. And I think it's the joy of being an educated person that was Knox's greatest gift, at least to me. I hope what the students got from me, at least, because I'm now at the end of my career. I've closed my office. I have one more broadcast in April. I've had my Emmy nomination last September. This is all going out just great. So I'm at the end. And I hope what the students learned, at least from some of my comments, was that you can never lose yourself. Work very hard not to lose yourself either in work, unless your work is your joy, or even in your family, because they can devour you as well. Or in worries about things that you can't do anything about. And to have an emotional, spiritual, as well as intellectual and work life. And you're not going to be, they're not all going to be equal. But if they all give you joy, they all need to be part of your life.